It's a speedy event. It's a real man's fast event.
It never feels heavy, so it's springing along, and it still feels like basically like a sprint.
There's this sort of constant focus on feeling and moving together in unity, and that's something you want to establish right at the start of the race. If you don't get it at the start of the race, it means you've got to find it somewhere else down the course.
In the four, there kind of has to be that silent, blind understanding between four people. Different from a pair. A pair, there's just two of you, so it's not so complicated. But a four, it has to be total harmony.
If you watch it on television, it'll just look like people going up and down. It'll look very physically easy, but in the boat, I promise you, it feels very fast, hard work, dynamic, and every stroke is like lifting a fridge. It's not easy. It's a heavy movement. All of this boat speed comes from your physical effort.
The Coxless Four is a kind of different animal in itself compared to the 8. The 8 is this kind of mythical speed beast, whereas the 4, and it has a lot of noise and a lot of kind of life in it. The kind of 4, in my view, is like the silent assassin. You don't have the Cox, but you still have that kind of feeling of speed because it still is a really, really quite fast boat. There's only a couple of seconds difference per 500 between the 4 and the 8.
In the GB Men's 4, Matt Langridge, Rick Edgington, Alex Gregory and Tom James, they are the Formula One guys, along with the other members of the GB squad. This is their full-time occupation. When they find their rhythm and they settle that rhythm, it's one perfect stroke after another, all the way down the 2,000-metre course.
Their fluidity is striking. I think anyone who saw the British four-wing gold last year and their technique would have seen how fluid and easy the movements were, in a way that their fluidity is striking.
Suddenly, this crew began to do big things. They hit the World Cup season full on, bang, 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 a trio of wins at all 3 regattas. And so they were very much the crew to beat come the World Championships in Bled. Didn't lead from the outset. They hung back and then put the hammer down, and they were unstoppable after that. And they looked imperious. It's an overused word, but they really did look in charge. And the race was just for silver and bronze between the rest of the race.
We all got on really well. We were all friends and we enjoyed being in the boat. That was a really good basis for the 4. And that was, to be honest, just quite a simple, basic idea of rowing. I mean, I always say that actually the less I think about it, the better I row. As soon as I start thinking about what I'm doing too much, then in my head I get confused. I always find that the simpler you make it, the better, the easier it can be. And I think as a 4, we just had a very simple, easy way of rowing. We were very quick right from the beginning, and because we knew we were a quick boat, we were very confident. And because we were confident, we were able to be quite relaxed. And I mean, Henley for us was a really great regatta.
The Stewards Challenge Cup. Leander and Moseley, the British 4.
It does seem to be the men's 4, the lead boat, which has captured the imagination. and that's exactly how it's going to be in London.
Our seats never really selected until you're sitting on the start line of the Olympic Games. Even the top guys from Princeton, Redgrave, they always had to prove their seats. There's never a name on a seat, and that's always a motivating factor as an athlete.
Traditionally, the top pair or the top two pairs have made the four, and then the pairs actually come after that, and then the eight. But what you have now is that we've got a really, really strong team. So there's the kind of, I guess, internal pride and prestige of being, I was the top pair or the top guy, and this is the top boat. But I think the way that Jürgen looks at it is that we have a top team, and it's up to him to kind of shape that team to give all the boats, or the strongest boats, the best chance of winning the gold medal.
It's a harmony in the boat, it's a teamwork, getting from everybody his best out. I think that's the key thing. It's just like in a football team, I think. If you have sometimes 11 top players, might be not always and consistent the best team, because you need always some people working for somebody. Their character is different, but all that, if you can see that is so fascinating, bringing them together to get on the day the most out of them.
That's the kind of cool thing about being in rowing, is that we're probably one of the best teams in the world. That's not to say that other teams aren't out there gunning for us and have just as good a chance, but we are in a position where we are good enough, if we do our best, to put ourselves in a position to win gold. Our expectations in Great Britain, and especially in the four, is because we are good enough, we have a chance of winning. It's up to us to actually deliver.